there's a very peculiar law in this week's Torah portion. We're told that if someone kills someone else negligently, he has to flee and stay in a Ir Miklat, in a city of refuge. The plus for him is that he's now protected. The Goel Adam, the relative, the blood redeemer of the person whom he killed, can't kill him. But the big downside is that he's trapped there. He can't leave the city of refuge until the death of the high priest, the Kohen Gadol. Now the commentators offer many different explanations for the seemingly random connection between the exit of the negligent killer and the death of the high priest. But none of those explanations answer the following question. Think about it. Once this law went into effect, what could have happened? The negligent killer can only go free when the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, dies. Maybe the negligent killers are going to start praying for the premature death of the Kohen Gadol. Now you'll say to me, just because someone was negligent and they unintentionally caused the death of someone else, that's not going to turn them into a psychopath. They're not going to start praying for the death of the Kohen Gadol. But are you sure about that? The sages tell us that indeed the mother of each Kohen Gadol used to prepare food and clothing and drop it off in the cities of refuge for the negligent killers so that they wouldn't pray for the death of her son. So it certainly could happen, which leads to the following question. Why would God have set up a law that could lead to one Jew praying for the death of another? And not just any other, for the death of the holiest person imaginable, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest. So I saw one explanation to answer this, and it's a beautiful one. Think about how the original death occurred. The negligent murderer wasn't careful enough. It was preventable. He valued his business pursuits, his freedom, his convenience, his hobby, over the bodily integrity of the person whom he killed. He didn't have enough respect for the sanctity of human life. Now, the Rambam, Maimonides, says, if you want to fully repent, if you want to do full teshuvah, you have to first be in the same or substantially the same situation that you were in when you originally transgressed. And so that's what God ingeniously is doing right here. If the negligent killer starts praying for the death of the Kohen Gadol, he's showing God that he hasn't learned his lesson. He's still prioritizing his freedom, his convenience over the life of someone else. But if he restrains himself, if he stops himself from that temptation to pray for the death of the Kohen Gadol, he's fully repenting. He's showing God, I've learned my lesson. I am not going to prioritize my convenience and freedom over the life of another person. And oh boy, is there a takeaway for us from this. Because don't we unintentionally, but often, prioritize our convenience, our freedoms, our hobbies, our business pursuits over the lives of others? Don't we sometimes text while driving? Don't we sometimes step on the accelerator too hard when we're late for a meeting or an event? Maybe we too need to re-examine, reevaluate, and reorder our priorities.